I'd say the most influential movie that I've seen is probably Donnie Darko.
Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Tie between Redbeard and Seven Samurai.
I like it for a lot of reasons. One factor of it is its nostalgic connection to me
When I
personally.
watched that, I instantly wanted to become a filmmaker, and it kind of like changed my perspective on things. So I like this movie a lot because it showed me that you can tell stories in different structures and ways instead of the normal. There's a problem, we have to solve it, and then we're happy. And Donnie Darko changed that outlook for me. So I was like, I want to do that too.
And excited with this new technology, my dad recorded one of the first programs that was on when we had our VCR, and it was a movie night that, I don't know, ABC was showing Raiders of the Lost Ark, and we're talking early 80s here, and he cut out all the commercials with this little nifty thing called a remote. He'd press pause during the commercial and then record again when the movie started. So I grew up watching this taped off television Raiders film. I started when I was 3, just staying at home. All my siblings were at school. I would sit down and watch Raiders, and I was just enraptured with the story. So nostalgic level, it's really, really important to me. But then also, as I've gotten older and watched it in a way where I like look at it as a movie, it's awesome because it's a really cool character. Indiana Jones he's vulnerable. He's not like James Bond where he's superhuman and he can blow up and stuff and it won't hurt him. He gets beat up. Like in Raiders, he's shot and he's dragged under a car and he's punched a lot. And there's that scene where he just kind of whimpers like a baby because he's hurting so much. He's a nerd, he's a teacher, and he loves archaeology, and he's passionate about it, and he thinks about it, and he's like super nerdy in that area. But then he doesn't know what he's doing either. He's not like always completely confident. There's a part where Saul is asking him what he's gonna do next, and he goes, I don't know, I'm making this up as I go. He doesn't know. But he's trying his best. He's trying to do what's right because he knows if the Nazis get the Ark of the Covenant, the whole world is in trouble. So he's just a dude trying to do the best he can. He's trying to do the right thing, and he's not perfect, and it's awesome.
Well, with Seven Samurai, it was so interesting to have all these characters, and you gotta have so much time to develop on that, and it felt so perfect the way how they were written and how they were developed. Like they're not feel like they're left out or this character's pointless and everything like that. Everybody matters. And Redbeard is an interesting message about kindness, passing it along to others, and it's really interesting.
Yeah, it basically changed my career outlook. Like I wanted to be like a sports person before I saw that movie, and when I watched it I was like, holy cow, movies are super cool, I want to do that.
Yes. It had an impact on my life for the reasons that I talked about. Raiders of the Lost Ark has had an impact on my life because of what I talked about as a kid, like how I watched it when I was little, and because of that I got lost in storytelling and movies, and I fell in love with it. And now I'm a film teacher. I love movies so much that I'm doing what I love. I want to teach. I want to share a love for movies with everybody, and I want to talk about storytelling and filmmaking. And watching Raiders as a little kid is what set me on the path to want to do what I do today. So, plus, he's a teacher, I'm a teacher. We're both cool like that. And so, yeah, I better go on some adventures.
They made an impact on me, especially with both Seventh Samurai. It's the movies that makes me inspired of the movies I kind of want to make. Like I want to make a really nice long shot, movies, and also getting the scenery in, making the characters perfect and feel like they fit in. And then with Redbeard, it inspired me so much with the message. I thought it was really interesting how when passing through kindness, it's just passing through kindness and making everything seem peaceful. It's just really. It was kind of really interesting. It makes me want to pass on kindness. So yeah, both of these movies are both very inspirational.
I like everything. I think there are some great classic movies that were way ahead of their time, and there's some modern movies that are way ahead of their time. So I feel like both time periods were very influential in filmmaking, and yeah.
Classic or modern? I think that I am 100% happy and comfortable with both. Because I know a lot of people will say they don't make them like they used to, and they'll complain about that. and they want to stick just with the classic. And a lot of people will say the classics are boring because they have a different timing or a different pace or a different acting style or dated, the special effects are outdated, things like that. And I disagree with both those things. I think that classic movies are awesome and entertaining, and I think that a lot of modern movies are too. But just like there's a lot of movies that came out today that are bad, come out today that aren't great, that I don't care to see, or I see them once and go, I really don't need to waste my time with that again. And there are plenty of movies made in the 30s and in the 40s and in the 50s that are the same, you know? Like, they weren't great movies. From the dawn of time, people have been making awesome movies and not as awesome movies and everything in between. And so I think that modern and classic is the same. They're awesome and they're not awesome and they're everything in between.
I prefer both because, you know, with classic movies, they're really memorable and, you know, you can quote them and watch them again. But with modern movies, I feel like if there was a new one that was good, and then it will become a classic and you can actually remember it. I mean, yeah, sometimes there's some bad movies today, but, you know, there were bad movies back then too. So, you know, like Batman Robin, and today we have Transformers 4 and, you know, like new one. With modern, bad, and there's always bad movies and good movies. And just like, you know, classics, there's some good movies, good classics, or even bad classics that you can make fun of.